Hello, welcome again to Berean Scholar. We have often sung this song in our assembly, Shama, Yasharal. Or some say Shema Yisrael. But let's look at the meaning of the words. Let's dive into the words and see where they came from.
Berean Scholar. Berean Scholar. Berean Scholar. Waking up the people of the Most High. Got the knowledge to destroy the lies. DNA history, open eyes. Walk into the darkness and turn on the lights. Wake up, 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 wake up.
Hello, family. Welcome back to Berean Scholar. I am honored to be here, and we're going to talk about today one Yasharal. I'm reminded in Matthew chapter 13, verses 9, where Yahweh said that those who have ears to hear, let them hear. We don't later say that those who hear what the Spirit have to say to the assembly, let them hear. And today, he wants you to hear that there's something special about you, Israel. There's something special about you. And we're going to dive into the word about the Shema and what the Shema is and what it meant in the Hebraic sense and find out what is special about Yasharal. Let's get into it. What is the importance of the Shema? Shema Yasharal. Let's look at the words. Shema Yasharal, Yahweh, Allahayim, Yahweh, Akah. Let's hear it one more time.
Shema Israel, Yahuwah Elohim, Yahuwah Echad. Shema Israel, Yahuwah Elohim, Yahuwah Echad. Shema, Shema Israel, Shema Israel, Yahuwah Eloheinu, Yahuwah Echad.
Hear Israel, the eternal self-existing one, our mighty one, the eternal self-existing one is one. Man, I bet you're glad I didn't see that. Shema Yasharal. Let's go with the words one more time, what they mean. Shema, hear, or we break it down to either hear, listen, obey. Israel. Yasharal is Israel, the people who prevail with the mighty one. The people who prevail with the mighty one. You know, Jacob had his name changed from Jacob, heel grabber, to one who struggled with the Most High. Yahweh, the eternal self-existing one. The eternal self-existing one. Allahayim. Allahayim. You know what that means? Allahayim is our mighty one. Allahayim, our mighty one. And the last line, Yah Akah. Yah is one. Akah is one. The Shema is an essential part of the covenant. The covenant that Yah made with his people. Even Yahweh said when asked by a lawyer, "Teacher, which commandment in the law is the greatest?" Now, you know, the lawyers, when they say lawyers, talk about the Pharisees or the scribes. These are people who all their life studied the Torah and the prophets. That's all they did. Their whole life they studied. So he was trying to catch the Messiah and tie him up. But this is what the Messiah said in Matthew chapter 22, verses 36 to 40. He went on to explain what he was talking about. Verse 37, he said, Yahweh said unto him, "Thou shalt love Yahweh, thy Elohim, with all their heart, with all their soul, and with all their mind." Verse 38, this is the first and the greatest commandment. The first and the greatest commandment. Same thing you heard in the Old Testament, remember? In verse 39, and the second is like it unto this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these commandments, on these two commandments hang all the laws and the prophet. This is verse 40 now. Listen to this again. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophet. That means all the laws, all the 10 commandments and the statutes and the books of the prophet hang on these two commandments. Now, he wasn't canceling out all the commandments. Hear what the Spirit is saying to the body. Hear what the Spirit is saying. On these commandments hang everything. Now, you know the commandments can be divided. 10 commandments can be divided in the first part, verse 4, talking about our relationship with Yah. The second part, the second 6, talking about our relationship to one another. Okay, the Shama. You know that it came from Deuteronomy chapter 6. But if you go back to chapter 5, that's when Moses stood and talked to our ancestors. You know, we're standing in the wilderness, and he just got through reciting chapter 5, the 10 commandments and the promise that we made to the Most High. When we heard the first time when he spoke on the Mount Sinai, that we said, all these things that you said, Yah, we'll keep them. And Moses recited these things to us and said through chapter 6 that if we keep these, he will take us to a land of milk and honey. And we need to teach these things to our kids. And it's important that we be one. We know that he's one. Let's listen to what he said.
Hear therefore, O Yasharal, and observe to do it, that it may be well with thee, and that ye may increase mightily, as Yahweh Allahayam of thy fathers hath promised thee, in the land that floweth with milk and honey. Hear, O Yasharal, Yahweh our Allahayam is one Allahayam, and thou shalt love Yahweh thy Allahayam with all thine heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might.
Yahweh quoted from these very verses in the Baratah Hadasha, the New Testament.
These words which I command thee this day shall be in thine heart, and thou shalt teach them diligently unto thy children, and shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
These words. Now hear what Yah is saying to the body. These words are so important. You need to teach them to your children. And you teach them even when you rise up and when you lie down. When you're walking to and fro, you need to teach these to your kids. These are the words of the covenant. Now remember, this is the same thing that Yahweh was speaking of. The words of the very covenant that Yah made with his people. The Shema itself. The Shema is an essential part of the covenant. And thou shalt love Yahweh thy Allahayim with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy might. Verse 5. Now remember, this is what that said in Deuteronomy, but in the Renewed Testament, Yahweh said unto him in Matthew chapter 22, verse 37, Yahweh said unto him, thou shalt love Yahweh thy Allahayim with all thy heart, with all their soul, and with all their mind. Now, this is what it said in the Renewed Testament. Now, that he didn't leave there. It went to the next verse. And the second is like it unto it. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Verse 40, on these two commandments hangs all the law and the prophets. Now, listen to that. The second commandment, love thy neighbor like thyself. And on these two commandments hang all the law and all the prophet. I mean, the whole 10 commandments. Remember, you can break down the 10 commandments into two parts. Our relationship with Yah and our relationship with others. Now, Yah knew that we'll be divided. He knew that we'll fall away. He knew that we would be stiff-necked and turn to other idols and other gods, that we'll be oppressed and some would flee the people of the Most High. And you remember, when you break the covenant, you break fellowship with Yah. And Yah, through his mercy, gave us Yahweh Shai, the Mashiach. And he knew when he gave the second verse who the neighbor was. The scattered Israelite who was scattered throughout Asia Minor, throughout the four corners of the earth. When Paul came and was called the apostle to the Gentile, he was talking about the falling away of Israel. He knew that Israel had to come back together and be one house, because he knew the prophecy that was given in the Old Testament, the two sticks will become one. I'm reminded of a sermon I taught in Christianity. I called it One Body, Many Parts. And I wish I knew what I know now, and I would teach it from the Hebraic sense. But let's listen to the words of the scripture and break it down together.
Now concerning spiritual gifts, brethren, I would not have you ignorant. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away into these dumb idols, even as ye were led. Wherefore I give you to understand, that no man speaking by the Spirit of Yahweh calleth Yahweh Shah accursed, and that no man can say that Yahweh Shah is the Adonai, but by the Spirit of Yah.
Those who've been carried away to these dumb idols, serving other gods and other tradition. He's speaking to the wayward Israelite who are scattered.
Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit.
Now listen closely to hear how many times that the Spirit, the Ruach, the Spirit of Yah is mentioned in this chapter. In each verse you listen, you hear how many times he's talking about what the Spirit is giving and what the Spirit is doing. It's important because he's doing it in this chapter to the body, but he's talking about Israel. Israel is the body.
And there are differences of administrations, but the same Adonai. And there are diversities of operations, but it is the same Yahweh which worketh all in all. But the manifestation of the Spirit is given to every man to profit withal. For to one is given by the Spirit the word of wisdom, to another the word of knowledge by the same Spirit, to another faith by the same Spirit, to another the gifts of healing by the same Spirit, to another the working of miracles, to another prophecy, to another discerning of spirits, to another divers kinds of tongues, to another the interpretation of tongues. But all these worketh that one and the selfsame Spirit, dividing to every man severally as he will. For as the body is one, and hath many members, and all the members of that one body, being many, are one body, so also is Christ. For by one Spirit are we all baptized into one body, whether we be Israelites or Gentiles, whether we...
Paul is talking to the Israelites that has been Hellenized, those who transgress the law and the commandments of Yah. And he's calling them back into the fold. That's who he's talking to.
We be bond or free, and have been all made to drink into one Spirit.
Now Paul's talking right here to the Israelite who knew the law. Now bondman or free. In that time, if I owed a debt, let's say I bought some land, and the person I bought the land from, if I couldn't pay it off, well, I became a bondman, a servant. Some translations said slave, but it's not the slavery we know of today, not the chattel slavery we know in this country, but we become indentured to that person to pay off that debt. So that's who Paul's talking to. But he's saying we are all one. Israel knew how the law was carried out, and he's speaking to all of the house of Israel, bond or free.
For the body is not one member, but many. If the foot shall say, because I am not the hand, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? And if the ear shall say, because I am not the eye, I am not of the body, is it therefore not of the body? If the whole body were an eye, where were the hearing? If the whole were hearing, where were the smelling? But now hath Yahweh set the members, every one of them in the body, as it hath pleased him. And if they were all one member, where were the body? But now are they many members, yet but one body. And the eye cannot say unto the hand, I have no need of thee, nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you. Nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary, and those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor, and our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness.
Did Paul just said uncomely parts, ugly parts become more honorable? Man, Yasharal, hear what the Spirit is saying. We have to stop these schisms in our body. Everybody are not on the same level in their walk towards redemption, we need to allow the Spirit to bring us together.
For our comely parts have no need, but Yahweh hath tempered the body together, having given more abundant honor to that part which lacked, that there should be no schism in the body, but that the members should have the same care one for another. And whether one member suffer, all the members suffer with it, or one member be honored, all the members rejoice with it. Now ye are the body of Christ, and members in particular. And Yahweh hath set some in the church, first apostles, secondarily prophets, thirdly teachers, after that miracles, then gifts of healings, helps, governments, diversities of tongues. Are all apostles? Are all prophets? Are all teachers? Are all workers of miracles? Have all the gifts of healing? Do all speak with tongues? Do all interpret? But covet earnestly the best gifts, and yet shew I unto you a more excellent way.
Paul is quoting back from the Old Testament that Yahweh is doing this to Israel. He's bringing Israel together, but he's doing it through the Spirit of Yah and birthing gifts that will help bring us together, to bring us to completeness, to maturity. But not what I've seen today in this awakening. We have too many schisms. Let's seek the face of the Most High and allow Him to renew that covenant within us, to allow us to walk in oneness, to bring us out of those dead places. We're going to talk about that again as we go back to the Old Testament. That we are now stuck in some places that are keeping us apart. This scripture is to Yasharal. There's something special about you, Yasharal. In 1 Corinthians chapter 12, Paul is describing how the Ruach, the breath, the Spirit of Yah, how the Spirit is distributing functions and gifts among the covenant community that resembles how the temple service assignment duties to the Levitical priest was given. The Ruach is giving gifts to the body of his people, Yasharal, different gifts, different manifestation, and different offices. And if you read the scripture, it says those gifts are given to perfect the body of Israel. Paul listed 9 manifestations of the Ruach in 1 Corinthians chapter 12. These 9 manifestations are different gifts that he gave the body. Now, when I'm talking about the body, we're talking about you, Yasharal. Remember, there's something special about you. These gifts was given to us to perfect us, to bring us to maturity, and they mirror the functions of the priest. Now, you see they're listed here, but I'm going to go over them, and we're going to talk about how they mirrored one to another. The gifts was wisdom, knowledge, faith, healing, miracles, prophecy, discernments, tongues, and interpretation. Wisdom, knowledge. It was the priest's duty to stand in the tent of meeting or to stand in the temple and recite the 10 commandments daily, and recite the Torah daily, to teach our people, our stiff-necked people, what they agreed upon in the covenant with Yah. It was also the responsibility of the priest to intercede and to trust Yah. Now, that aligned with the gift of faith. Every time Israel had to go to battle against the enemy, it was up to the Levitical priest to go before Yah and believe that Yah would give them victory. Healing. You know that when we transgress different laws and commandments, that we will have things like skin rash and stuff that happen. Well, the priest will give us a reminder of the Levitical law that we need to separate ourselves from our family or even from the camp, go out and do things to perform our rituals of cleanliness. That was the responsibility of the priest. Healing. Those healings came from that. Miracles. Things that happened. There was time in the scripture where there were kingdom that tried to speak curses over us, but the priest was able to be able to pray and know that those things were not of Yah, and they had no standings against us. It was up to the priest to be able to discern those things, to prophetically proclaim or confirm signs. Prophecy. This was important because the covenant of proclamation was to be able to proclaim when God's people transgress his people it was up to the priest to go and tell, thus said the Lord. Discernment, to judge spiritual and ritual purity, to make sure we are walking in the oneness and in line with the covenant, the word of the covenant, and also keeping the Levitical law. Tongues, speaking to the diaspora people. We had people scattered all over. If you remember in the book of Acts, there was people in Jerusalem at the time that were from all over. And when the apostles and the people who were with them was in the upper room and the Spirit of the Most High fell upon them, they spoke with tongues that they didn't understand. But people from all over, and they listed all the countries. And if you read the book of Acts chapter 2, they heard their own language and heard the greatness of the Most High. So it's time for us to understand that these gifts are given to you, Yasharal. And interpretation is plainly explaining divine messages. Being able to explain, thus said Most High, to be able to interpret those messages that the Yah has given his people. Yah gave these gifts by his Spirit to the body of Yasharal so that we might be mature. Yah gave these gifts to keep us online with his covenant. And along with his word, he knows that we'll be able to withstand the attempts of the enemy to derail us. But are we there yet? We're not there yet. But by the Spirit of the Most High, we will be. Now, remember I said earlier, let he who had ears to hear, let them hear what the Most High is saying, what Yahweh is saying to the body of Israel. Paul consistently teaches that the assembly is the renewed covenant temple. We are the renewed temple of the Most High. Now, these things are reaffirmed throughout the scripture, throughout the word, that he's not dwelling in the tent of meetings any longer. He's not leading us by the cloud of fire or the pillar of smoke. He dwells with his people now. He dwells with you and me, Yasharal. Now let's go to the word. In 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 15. Know ye not that ye are the temple of Yahweh, and that the Spirit of Yah dwells in you? This verse is to you. If you're hearing this video right now, you are the temple of Yahweh, and that the Spirit of Yah dwells in you. If you walk in covenant with Yah, then the Spirit of Yah dwells in you. In Ephesians chapter 4, verse 11, and he gave some apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and some teachers. He gave these offices to the body of the Most High, you, Yasharal. If you read down in, I think it's verse 13, till we come into the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of Yah, into a perfect man, until the measurement of the stature of the fullness of the Messiah. That is for us, till we come to the fullness, to completion. That's why he gave us these gifts, to help us grow and to find his will. Now, the holy temple of Yahweh. What is the holy temple of Yahweh? Let's read what Paul says in Ephesians chapter 2, 19 to 22. Now therefore ye are no more strangers or foreigners, but citizens with the saints and of the household of Yah. Now, it's important to see the saints. The saints mean any Israelites, the covenant people who are keeping the laws, statute, commandment. Those are the saints in the household of Yah. And in verse 20, and are built upon the foundation of the apostle and the prophets, and Yahushua HaMashiach himself being the chief cornerstone. 21, in whom all the buildings fitted framely together grows into a holy temple, the holy temple in Yah. 22, in whom ye also are built together for all the inhabitation of Yahushua through the Spirit. That's the holy temple of Yah. We are built together to become the inhabitation of the Spirit of the Most High. That is the holy temple of Yah. Now let's talk about one of the prophets that the foundation is built upon. The prophet Ezekiel in chapter 37.
The hand of Yahweh was upon me, and carried me out in the spirit of Yahweh, and set me down in the midst of the valley, which was full of bones, and caused me to pass by them round about. And behold, there were very many in the open valley, and lo, they were very dry. And he said unto me, Son of man, can these bones live? And I answered, O Yahweh, the Allahayam, thou knowest. Again he said unto me, Prophesy upon these bones, and say unto them, O ye dry bones, hear the word of Yahweh. Thus saith the Yahweh, thy Allahayam, unto these bones, Behold, I will cause breath to enter into you, and ye shall live. And I will lay sinews upon you, and will bring up flesh upon you, and cover you with skin, and put breath in you, and ye shall live, and ye shall know that I am Yahweh. So I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones came together, bone to his bone. And when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. Then said he unto me, Prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, Thus saith the Yahweh thy Allahayam, Come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army. Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, Our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our parts. Therefore prophesy, and say unto them, Thus saith the Yahweh the Allahayam, Behold, O my people, I will open your graves, and cause you to come up out of your graves, and bring you into the land of Israel. And ye shall know that I am Yahweh, when I have opened your graves, O my people, and brought you up out of your graves, and shall put my spirit in you, and ye shall live, and I shall place you in your own land. Then shall ye know that I, Yahweh, have spoken it, and performed it, saith Yahweh. The word of Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick, and write upon it, for Judah and for the children of Israel his companions. Then take another stick, and write upon it, for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel his companions, and join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, Wilt thou not shew us what thou meanest by these? Say unto them, Thus saith the Yahweh thy Allahayam, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel his fellows, and will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand. And the sticks whereon thou writest shall be in thine hand before their eyes. And say unto them, Thus saith the Yahweh thy Allahayam, Behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen, whither they be gone, and will gather them on every side, and bring them into their own land. And I will make them one nation in the land upon the mountains of Israel, and one king shall be king to them all, and they shall be no more two nations, neither shall they be divided into two kingdoms any more at all. Neither shall they defile themselves any more with their idols, nor with their detestable things, nor with any of their transgressions. But I will save them out of all their dwelling places wherein they have sinned, and will cleanse them. So shall they be my people, and I will be their Allahayam. And David my servant shall be king over them, and they all shall have one shepherd. They shall also walk in my judgments, and observe my statutes, and do them. And they shall dwell in the land that I have given unto Jacob my servant, wherein your fathers have dwelt. And they shall dwell therein, even they and their children, and their children's children forever. And my servant David shall be their prince forever. Moreover, I will make a covenant of peace with them. It shall be an everlasting covenant with them. And I will place them and multiply them, and will set my sanctuary in the midst of them forevermore. My tabernacle also shall be with them. Yea, I will be their Allahayam, and they shall be my people. And the heathen shall know that I, Yahweh, do sanctify Israel, when my sanctuary shall be in the midst of them forevermore.
Remember, this is one of the prophets that the foundation is built upon. And these words hold true. Now let's break down these break points. 1, the valley of the dry bones. Yahweh explicitly interpret this vision in verse 11, that these bones are the whole house of Israel, not just Judah, the whole house. Number 2, the breath, the ruach. Again, just like you heard in 1 Corinthians chapter 12, the ruach, the spirit of the Most High, it was the uniting force of the national revival. The word, the ruach, means it appears again and again in this chapter in Ezekiel, just like it did in 1 Corinthians chapter 12. It's important. Now, the prophecy of the 2 sticks. The 2-stick prophecy is not only the house of Judah, the house of Ephraim, house of Judah, northern kingdom, southern kingdom, the house of Ephraim, the northern kingdom, we be brought together. You know, in this chapter, if you read it, please go back and read it again. It said that we was hopeless and was cut off because we're still in dead things. Right now, in this awaken, we're cut off and we're still in dead things. But by the Spirit of the Most High, He's gonna bring us together and we'll allow Him to do this. See what Yah is saying to the church. Shama Israel. Yahweh is one. And He's calling us to be one, to hear His word and to walk in His newness, to be able to keep His laws, statutes, commandments, that we might walk in oneness. It is up to the house of Israel to come to be one so the whole world can see the light. Now, number 5, the Levitical king. The prophet said that my servant David shall be king. It says also in Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 9, thou shalt serve Yah Elohim, and David, their king, who I will rise up for them. And we know that the Messiah came in the line of David. And when He comes back again, He will rule and reign with us. He will create a place here that we will rule with Him. And thus we come to the big point. He will set up His temple with His people. That's right. He will set up His place with His people. The sanctuary among them that will rule forever. That is important, guys. Yasharal, you are the sanctuary, and Yahushua is coming to rule in you. Yah has sent Him to be our king. And the final promise, the sanctuary among them. The final promise states that Yahweh will place His sanctuary among Yasharal forever. There's something special about you, Yasharal. This idea is Elohim dwell among His restored people. His restored people, those who are keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments. Hear, O Yasharal, Yahweh is one. Yahweh is one. The word is that we are to become one body, that the world might see His glory. Salvation comes to the Israelites first, and then others will be drawn unto us. It's important that we get it right, Yasharal, that we get rid of all the schisms, that we rely on the Ruach of Yah to bring us to maturity. Thank you for listening. Hope you will like, share, hit the hype button. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe so you can be informed of the next video that's coming out. Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh makes His face shine upon thee and be gracious toward thee. Yahweh lift up His countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Shalom, family. Shalom. Remember, there's something special about you, Yasharal.
What do you think about this topic? Remember to be a Berean Scholar, as it is written in the book of Acts 17 verses 11 to 12. Now the Bereans were more noble-minded than the Thessalonians, for they received the message with great eagerness and examined the scriptures every day to see if these teachings were true. It's time to deepen your understanding and see your reflection in the sacred pages. Please click subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay up to date with the Berean Scholar channel.